Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Joppy Noodle Legs here today. Another little special video today. You may remember I did a video called Lemon Lord's Memory Lane Gaming. Now obviously that was having a look at some of the games he used to play when he was a young lad, because that's what he loves and that's what he got into. And obviously Lemon Lord's my son and he's the biggest part of my life, so I want some bits to do with him on my channel. So I've got another one of those today, but we're not going down memory lane today. We're looking at videos that he sort of plays now. These are more recent sort of video games, videos he plays now. What am I like, eh? But there we go. You know what I'm like. I always muck up, but there we are. I'm not editing it. It's just what I do. Yeah. So these are video games that he plays now. Obviously on the last one, do you remember, he had a lot of sort of PlayStation 1, GameCube, PS2 games. They were the games that he sort of like really loved, and that's what he really likes. But now he's moved on from that, obviously, and gaming has moved on. It's come on so much since then. I mean, games now, they're incredible. The graphics are amazing, the storytellings are amazing, and what they can do now is pretty much the same they can do with a movie. So or like an animated sort of like cartoon or something. They can do the same now in the game. So they've all moved on, and so's the lad. So here is I've got 10 games. It's not a top 10, but it's just going to be 10 games of what he plays, the sort of games he likes to play now. So we're starting off now on the PS4. This is a game called Little Nightmares 2. You may notice this one's sealed. That's just because, yeah, I think he's got it like digitally on his machine, so there was no need for him to open it, so he's kept it sealed in there. So that's cool. But this is a great little game. It's a 2D horror platform game, and it's like a puzzle solving. It's fantastic. It's a really good game. The first one's really good too. If you're into horror games, I highly recommend picking up Little Nightmares 1 and 2. Next up, this is one of his favourite games. It came out, I don't know, about 4 or 5 years ago now, and he played it constantly. He's finished it, I don't know how many times he's finished it. There's so many different stories on there. So you play as, you can play as Claire Redfield, and you can play as, is it Leon, I think? You can play as Leon on there as well. So you've got two ways of playing it. He's nodding at me, so because I'm pretty forgetful. I've played this as well. I've played it through twice, but he's played it through again and again and again, and played it on PC. You know what I mean? He's just like, he just loves this game. This is a remake. It originally came out on the PlayStation 1, and this is a remake of that, and it's an amazing game. It looks so cool. What was that? Someone there. He was waving at me. I thought there was someone behind me.
It's my reflection.
Oh right, here he is. There's Lemon Lord. Oh well, there we go. Okay, now the next game. This is my favourite game from the PlayStation 4. I've finished this game myself and I've platinumed the game. But this is my favourite game on the PS4, and he loves it too. And this is the Ghost of Tsushima. As you know, guys, you've seen some of my videos. I talk about how I love samurai films. When I did my Asian films, how much I love samurai things. This is perfect. It's like playing an old samurai film. It's an amazing game, and it looks stunning. It's probably the best looking game on the PS4, bar none. It's amazing, and it's a great story. Really cool. Ghost of Tsushima. Next up is a classic PlayStation 4 game. I believe it was on the PS3 as well, I believe. And it's also PC, Switch, everywhere you'll find it. But this is The Witcher, Witcher 3. He really loves this game. It's really cool. It's made by the same company that made the Cyberpunk game, which got quite a bit of flack, and we both really like that, me and the lad. But yeah, this is The Witcher 3. This is a fantasy game about a guy. He's a witch hunter, obviously, and he's got these sort of special abilities. It's a open world sort of action RPG. Next up, it doesn't really need any introduction. It doesn't tell you much about it, but this is Spider-Man on the PlayStation 4. Let me open it, guys, so you can see the disc. Okay, it's Spider-Man on PlayStation 4. This is obviously, he's got, when this came out, he went absolutely nuts about it, and he bought the limited edition PlayStation 4, the actual console, because it had looked like this. He had the limited edition game of this, then he bought the limited edition one with the statue in it. It's just absolutely mad. He just loves it because he loves Spider-Man, and why not? Why not? If that's what he loves, he should be allowed to do what he loves, and that's what I always tell you all, innit? Do what you love. Anyway, he loves Spider-Man. He's finished this, he's platinumed it, he's played it again, he's played it on the PlayStation 5. He's had an update on the PlayStation 5, like a new remastered version. He's played it on that, he's finished that. Yeah, he just loves it. I'm surprised he didn't choose any PS5 games, but there we go. Next one up is another classic, God of War. Again, it's another action open world RPG with a linear sort of story. You're following Kratos and his son I think they're trying to get rid of their mother's ashes because his mother died, the boy, and then they sort of and it's a story of their adventures along the way there, and the people and characters they meet and the bosses. It's a good game. It's a God of War game, which is really cool, and he loves that game. He's finished it as well. There's a new one coming out later in the year, so he's looking forward to that on the PS5. That's cool. Now we're back to the superheroes, and another favourite of his, if not his favourite. I think Spider-Man's his favourite, and then this one, to be honest, and this is Batman. This one here is really cool. It contains 3 games. It's got what if we get these wrong? It's got Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and is it Arkham Knights? Look at that, got it all right. All 3 games are in here. He loves all of them. He really does. I think Arkham Knights is his favourite one. My favourite's Arkham Asylum because it's more set in one place, so it's easier for me. I get lost in the other games when they're open world. So yeah, this is a really cool set. It's a nice steelbook. It's got a slip case, so it doesn't feel ripped off. That's a really cool set. 2 more to go. This one is another part of a horror anthology. This is a Dark Pictures anthology, which is a set of different games, and they're all story based, where you've got to make the choices, and your choices help the outcome of the story. And there's loads of games out there like Telltale Games or Life is Strange. There's loads of those sort of games, but these are horror based ones, and this one's called Little Hope, which is based like a witchcraft one, which I enjoyed, of course, because it's about the witch, and it's around that same sort of era of the witch, which is fantastic. It's a really cool game. They've done other ones, Man of Medan, House of Ashes, and they've got a new one coming out in October. I think The Devil in Me, I think it's called, something like that. So they're really cool games. Other games like this, if you do enjoy them, is Until Dawn and The Quarry. Other really cool games. Last one is another classic. This, I think he played it first on the Xbox 360 when it first came out, and it's been about for a while now, and that's Mass Effects. I think this is a trilogy, so there's 3 games on here. He likes the first and second one, I think, the best. I think the third one was a bit more, it was a bit meh, if you like, you know, because it sort of steered away from the other 2. The other 2 were really good stories, but a bit more linear, I think, and I think the characters were likeable. And I think in the third one, they were sort of like, it had a bit of a rush feel to it, and it sort of looked not as good as the first 2, which is weird. You'd think as they go along they'd look better, but when I've seen it, there's something weird looking things in there, and I think, man, that don't look right. But he loves Mass Effects. Obviously this is a sci-fi sort of adventure, horror adventure, going to different planets and doing missions and killing aliens. It's what it is really, but it's a classic film. So they're the games. There we go. So they're the sort of games he plays, and he's got a PS5 which he plays a lot of, and he's into his did I leave one out? I think I did, guys. Pause it. Right, sorry about that. I wanted to check my bags. I thought I left one out because he was going to bring Resident Evil The Village with him on the PS5. I think that's one of his recent favourite games of all time. In fact, I think it's his favourite game on the PS5 actually at the moment. There's some great games coming out. He's really looking forward to on the PS5. Obviously, there's a Wolverine game coming out at some point. There's a DC game coming out. There's so many good games coming out that he loves. And horror games, of course. They're remaking some classics like Dead Space, hopefully Silent Hill, but we'll hold out for that one. But yeah, these are some of the games he plays. He plays a lot, I say, on the PS5, and I'm surprised there's no titles in here, but there we go. He just wanted to show you the sort of games he's playing at the moment, and I wanted to sort of give him a little shout out on my channel, really, because I don't really do it enough. So I'd like to give a little shout out to Lemon Lord, and to his been awesome son, and his gaming. He's inspired me to play games. He inspires me every day. He's so important to me. So anyway, guys, until next time, look after yourselves, look after one another, and I really hope I see you all soon.